What is up, Lockerheads? Hey, Lando. Gonna wait a second to let some people get in here. Oh, look at that. Woohoo! Brittany Johnson, what's up? I'm gonna take these off. There's a little bit of a glare. What's up, Lockerheads? Oh, look, it's Trevor. What's up, Trevor?
Trevor!
What's up, Daniel? A little bit of the sneak peek.
Did you show them Carl? My best friend Carl.
Yeah, this is Alyssa's favorite one. We have tonight. We are going to look at the collection of figures. Most of them are from like 1980, 1983. There are a few from 1977. I might have to leave in the middle of the stream and maybe come back later or something. I'm hoping it doesn't happen, but I'm supposed to meet somebody to buy something from Craigslist. So they were supposed to be here at 9:30. So if that happens, I'm sorry, but gotta make sales. But if anything, I'll continue tomorrow or later or something. But all right, let's start getting into it. I know there's only 3 people here, but let's start. So, as you guys saw in the thumbnail, this is a Wampa, and he's
so cute.
He is a little dirty, but he's in pretty good condition, considering how old he is. And Alyssa is keeping this figure. This is not getting resold on our eBay.
His name is Carl, and he's my boyfriend.
His name is Carl. One of the pieces that is going to be sold on eBay is the Scouter bike from Return of the Jedi. I almost said Revenge of the Jedi because of that poster that they released on accident. But this is actually has all the pieces, really good condition and everything. So that is gonna get resold. And then we have the fin is somewhere else. The fin's in here, I think. Is the fin in here? Yeah, the fin's in here. The fin is in here. Doo-doo-doo. Know what it was? I had so much fun with the other live stream, I decided, you know what? Let's give it a chance. So this is an Imperial Lander. This isn't really that valuable. Oh, does it?
Soda actually takes away yellowing.
Nice. This is a small Imperial Lander. I can't remember exactly the model. This is like 15-20 bucks usually. I don't even think this had any airtime or had very minimal airtime. If it was the big Lander, it's like that one that was that big, it would have been worth a lot more. But still pretty good. Let's go to this. The Tauntaun. Ooh, what's up, guys? He is missing the reins, so he's only valued at about 10-15 bucks. If he had the reins, he would have been worth about 30 bucks. It's crazy how with old toys that something that small can affect it so much. Let's go on to the next. And then we have, I mean, I've seen Star Wars hundreds of times, maybe thousands of times in my life, and I really don't remember this vehicle. But it's like 10 to 15 bucks on eBay. Like I said, we only paid 300 bucks for this entire lot. We still have some gems to come in a few minutes. Oh, you should put it on Facebook that we're live, so I remember we posted there.
Okay.
We have this. This is missing all the pieces that go with it, except for one. It has like one small little piece, but it's supposed to have like 3 or 4 other pieces. This is the playset from Dagobah. What was this? This goes anywhere. This has a really wide range. I think it depends on what people are.
I have the list.
When people are looking for it.
Dagobah.
Where did it go from?
Oh, we didn't write that one down.
Well, it goes anywhere from 15 to 30, I believe. In the box, it would be worth like 60 or 70, but we don't have any of the boxes.
Hi, friends. This is your list in case you need it.
Yeah.
There.
Whoop, whoop. Let me get the other one. This is one of my favorites, and I thought about keeping this actually. Nice, Wayne. What's up? And let me tell you, if you like any of this stuff, it's gonna be on eBay pretty soon for bidding. We're gonna do bidding on it. But this is the Hoth playset. It does have the other figure that came with it. See? Boom. This is gonna be listed on eBay for, what was it, 25 bucks, I think?
About that.
Around 25.
I'll just keep this.
What's up, Mike? And then we're gonna do. We showed him. Oops. We showed him the first on the stream yesterday, or 2 days ago, whatever it was. This is a big AT-AT Walker. We're actually gonna use this at the wedding. What's up? What's up? We're gonna use this at the wedding to guard the place cards, probably. But after that, we are probably going to sell this piece. It is the original one. It is valued at anywhere from $80 to $100. It is missing one little piece here, but they're easily replaced for like $5. But it is intact. All the stickers, really cool. This was one of the reasons that I caught my eye on the buy and sell group that I found this lot on. And this is good. This is good stuff to like learn how to do if you know, even if you want to just make some money on the side. Is you join like the Facebook Marketplace or one of the Facebook groups in your area, and you just look. Some people sell stuff for cheap. This lot was only $300, and I think since we've started, I've already got racked up $250 or $150 worth of stuff, maybe, give or take. I'm gonna show that last. Oh, so let's start going through these figures. My favorite stuff. Oh, what I did is I looked like I googled the original. I like googled the original whatever year it's from, action figure or playset or whatever, and I saw all the pieces that were in it. Thinking I'm not really feeling better. I didn't really get good news at the doctor today, but I had a lot of fun on the other live stream, so I decided to do it, and if people came, they came. And I've been wanting to do a video with the Star Wars toys for a while, because we got this like a week ago now. So, yeah, the doctor pretty much told me, if you want a quick update, I'm just going to do a quick one, I'm not going to stay on it, but the doctor told me the biopsies were inconclusive, and they're sending me to Sloan Kettering in New York. Logan Cards and More, what's up, buddy? Here's a shout out to Logan Cards and More. So the first figure we have is one of my favorite bounty hunters, Dengar. All the figures, except for the ones I'm going to say later, all the figures price range is from like $8 to $20 unless otherwise specified, because there's going to be a lot to go through every figure. Some of them do have the guns. I believe he had the gun. Yeah, it is a good hospital, but I'm not happy about the fact that I still have to go through it. So, and then I had to deal. I don't know if you saw the other video. I had to deal with storage treasures and their BS today. Even though it wasn't their fault, it was their fault for not justifying or rectifying the situation. This figure is worth more than the 8 to 20. This figure is the Darth Vader 1977 figure. He's probably going to stay in my collection because I've wanted this figure my whole life. But if I do decide to sell him, he is about a $30 to $50 figure, depending on the day, whatever. But this is a really awesome figure. I love this figure. And then we have the classic C-3PO. He falls in that price range I was telling you about. He reflects a lot of the light. What's the most money you ever made on a storage unit? $20,000. I spent $50 on it. But that locker was a headache though. We have Han Solo and Hoth gear. Boom. Another 8 to 20. Oh, one of my favorite figures, even though he didn't really have much he didn't have much screen time. One of the Ewoks.
He's so cute.
There was. Do you have copyright dates stamped on? Tell if they're old or new. They're all old. All the copyrights and stuff on them.
That one you can't really see, but
no, you can see it. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I don't know. I think it's coming up. But it says 1983 LFL. One thing I have to tell you, it's done now. You're Paul, right? Is what do you call it? I'm actually a Star Wars collector, so I actually know how to tell if they're old or new. Like, because I've had the old figures before when I used to collect more back in the day. We have a random Hoth guy. There are like the remake. I know what you're talking about though. They did remake some of the old figures in the, I think mid 2000s. In like the vintage, they're called like vintage Star Wars line or something. It's pretty confusing, but when I was younger, we used to be able to buy storage. Oh, tell me about it, Wayne. My boss used to get, because I started buying after the show came out, but it's something I always wanted to do. My old boss used to buy the units though. Like I worked for him before the show was ever, and it never used to go crazy like it does now. It gets crazy. It gets out of control sometimes. But this is just like some I can't remember his name. It's a random Hoth guy. He goes in that 8 to 20. This figure, because of how good a condition it's in, this R2 goes for like $35 because his stickers compared to like the ones that are selling on eBay are in a lot better shape than most of them. And figures like this go for about 30. What was in the expensive room? If you go to Storage
Story's top 10 units.
If you go to Storage Story's top 10 units,
it's number 1, I think.
If you go to Storage Story's top 10 units, it's number 1 on the list. I go into detail about it, but there was like a ton of gold, really expensive pens, stuff like that. But I went into more detail on that. This is named after my dog. I mean, my dog's named.
This is named after.
Yeah, my dog. My dog is 50 years old. No, my dog is named after him. He is one of my favorite characters of all time. You know, Mike, I want to, but I'm also a businessman. I'm gonna keep some of them though. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna keep some of them, but
especially the one that's going in our wedding.
I have to. As a business guy, I have to at least break even on the locker. So, I mean not locker, on the deal. So I have to at least sell $300 worth for myself to be. But there are a bunch I'm not going to sell. Bought against 15 handguns, but lost them all. Oh, they were stolen? That sucks. Do you have a blue snaggletooth? No. I do have Bib Fortuna, though. I do have a Bib Fortuna. Bib Fortuna. So Trevor, go get Taco Bell. Captain Cosmo is Trevor, everyone. He's my friend in real life. He's my brother. It's Bib Fortuna, guys. He's another $8 to $10 figure. One good thing is, though, he still has his cape on. Accessories are add a lot of the value to these kind of figures and collectibles. And if they were in the box, this would be like a $10,000 collection, but they're not in the box. Anything Wonder Woman? Not currently, but check back because we are buying a few units with collectibles in them. One has a Star Wars FX lightsaber and like vintage collectibles in it. So just check back. Our eBay is usually, it's not going to be in the live stream, but if you go to some of our other videos, it's usually listed in the description. This is Luke from Hoth. And we do come across stuff. We had a Silver Surfer we had a rare Silver Surfer number 4 from one of our storage holes. So we do. Oh, thank you. But we do find stuff. I don't know if you remember that episode, but we did have the Silver Surfer number 4, which was a pretty rare variant because of something. I don't remember exactly why, but. And then we have the Imperial guy. This guy goes for like 20 to 25. I was fine. I was actually surprised about that when I was looking him up. And remember, guys, some of this stuff in the next week or two is going to be listed on eBay. So if you are interested, it'll be on there. And if you send me an email letting me know, I'll give you guys free shipping if you're subscribers. It's at gamerslockerslife@gmail.com. You know, simple. Then we have the TIE Fighter pilot. And you know what? Let's show this. I forgot about this. This one's broken. It needs to be repaired. But I am gonna fix this and keep it, and it's gonna go on display in my house. It's Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. You're in New York City. Stuff. Oh, that's sick. Threw away the Darth Vader helmet.
Oh.
Oh, you live in New York City? I live in New York City.
Speaking of emails, if Tim Jacobs is in this room or watches this afterwards, I did not forget about your email.
Alyssa's going to respond to Tim Jacobs.
Don't worry.
You still work in New York, Mike? As a sanitation?
It's a hard job.
Oh, awesome. Staten Island. Very nice. I have a bunch of friends that are sanitation, but in Queens. Look at this one, guys. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan. This is going to be a figure that's going to be hard to sell, but I think I'm going to sell him because he's like 25 plus normally. He might be even more because he is, compared to the rest of them, he's like in the best condition out of all of them.
It's his 31st year with sanitation.
Damn, 31st year. My mom's been in FDNY for 31 years, 30 years, something like that. 27. Let's go. Oh. Where's the bike? The bike's buried. This guy goes with the Scouter bike. It's a Scout Trooper. Pretty freaking awesome. This is one of my favorite Imperial, what do you call it? Imperial Troopers.
Chicago.
Oh, nice, Wayne. Nice.
She's a trooper like you.
This figure, it does have the lightsaber. This figure is very rare with the lightsaber and the cape. It does go for anywhere from like $60 to $70, sometimes more, on eBay. At least from what I was seeing with the cape and the lightsaber. And the lightsaber is in here somewhere, or it's in the pill bottle. What?
Krillin!
Whoa!
876!
Krillin, thank you for the super chat, buddy.
Cool!
Where do you guys live? I live in Glen Oaks today. Sourcing.
He was in Glen Oaks.
Oh, in Glen Oaks today.
Oh, we're over in
We live in Queens, New York. I was actually. Glen Oaks is where?
North of where you were. You were in Great Neck.
I was in Great Neck today. I was actually at the doctor's in Great Neck. But thank you, Krillin876. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's our first super chat, Krillin. Thank you, buddy. That's awesome, dude. Thank you.
I'm taking a screenshot of that.
We actually bought. I don't know if you saw my video from earlier, Krillin, but we bought a locker in North Babylon today that they kind of screwed me out of by giving the. They gave the okay. I agree. If they feel bad for the tenant, they should give the tenant extra time. That's on them. That's their thing. But they should have ended the auction. They let the auction go and let me win. And then told me I have to wait for like almost the entire day tomorrow or whatever it was. And like, you can't be doing that to people that are trying to, I have a schedule I have to keep and everything. So to me, I was like, you know, that's not fair to the person buying the room. And if you want to give them a second chance, you know, end the auction. They should have ended the auction the second they gave her the second chance. Yeah, like I said, I feel bad for people. That's why I don't know if you see in the videos and stuff. We always give back the paperwork and stuff, the personal photos and stuff like that. Oh, I am salty as hell, Joshua. Salty as hell. It was a really, really good room for $250. Yeah, exactly, Krillin. It sucks. Krillin?
Oh, Krillin. Oh, you said Krillin.
And then we got this, oh, what the hell was he? He was one of the Cloud City pilots. Yeah, they have like fucking $40 of mine now because of it. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but for no reason, there's $40 of my money on hold. You know, it sucks. Yeah, Wayne, I have. And I actually sold it back to them for $200, and I paid $80 for it. And they let me keep like 4 air conditioners that I scrapped for like $40 because none of them worked. Or something like $50, I don't remember. I will sell stuff. Like I said, I don't do this to like put people down, but they're gonna throw the stuff out if somebody doesn't buy the stuff, regardless, or they're gonna sell it to somebody else. And I try and work with the owners as best as I can, and I make sure to give back all the pictures. Facilities hate me sometimes because I give back all the pictures, all the paperwork, and if there's any personal, like, you know, like a kid's first booties or stuff like that, I give them back. Probably too much. Yeah. No, there's a lot of guys that come up to me after the auction and ask stuff like that. It really isn't as awkward, Chris, because most people, like, understand it's a business, and like, they understand that it's a business. We got the other Luke, but he's missing the cape and the lightsaber, so he falls into that 8 to 20. But like I said, there are some people that are just straight assholes that do this, but I try and be nice to everyone. I try and give everybody a fair shot if they want to buy their locker back. You know, because it happened to me before I started buying lockers. I had a storage locker that had to go up for sale when I was broke at one point. And I know how it sucks. That's why I try and work with people. But it is a business. She tells you not to buy lockers. This is the, the AT-AT. He's the AT-AT, driver.
AT-AT, buddy.
The AT-AT driver. He's another 8 to 20. Oh, one of my favorite characters. He's in my top 5 characters right here. And if any of you guys read the books, and if you haven't, spoiler alert. Well, it's old canon anyway. It doesn't actually count anymore. But to kill Chewbacca in the books, in the old canon, they actually had to bring an entire planet down on him to kill him.
What?
Yeah.
Is that real?
In the, what do you call it? Series, the New Jedi Order books. Oh, Wayne. All this stuff is locker stuff. Because all my dad's garage is full, my van is full.
My room is full.
Alyssa's room is full. Just gets crazy. Okay, I'm gonna save that guy for last. No, second to last. And if there's any of you guys that really know about figures, you're gonna like that one. Okay, we got this figure. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. My phone froze. I'm gonna get a better camera soon. But my phone froze. I'm sorry about that. Figure must have been... It was so amazing, my whole stream froze.
Mike Matei said hats off to you guys before, by the way.
Oh, thank you, thank you. So this is the R5-D4. He was in the beginning. What's up, Fork? What's up, buddy? This is R5-D4. He was in the beginning of A New Hope, if you guys remember. He blew up, and then R2-D2 got picked instead of him. He's another like $20, $25 figure. You know what happened to us once? We found a really, really good one that was pretty expensive in a locker, and it didn't work. It was pretty disappointing, I have to say. So, good thing we're getting close to the end.
Hey, Gorkum!
Because I think my phone was freezing, because it's getting hot.
Hi, Forgum.
Next time, I think I'm gonna take my phone out of the case when I do this, because I think that might have made it hot. We have General Veers in his AT-AT command outfit, I believe. He's the AT-AT general, at least. I think it's General Veers, though. 10 people back. What's up? Then we got Niad Niab. You guys know him from Return of the Jedi? He was with Admiral Akbar when they attacked the second Death Star. Ooh. He spoke like blah, 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 something like that. And these are just the weapons for some of the figures in here. It's not pills, guys. Hold on, I'll show you where my medication, pain medication is. That's right here. That's my pain medication. But yeah, that's the weapons and stuff. Okay. Last, but definitely not least, we have 3 things left.
I thought I was lucky today picking up 2 Magic Goods and Spell Ducktail Funko Pops.
Oh, nice. It's okay. So number 3 on the coolest things from this haul is Yoda.
He's so
with
cute.
The brown snake and his cape.
We don't have the staff.
We don't have the staff, but with this, it's anywhere from $40 to $70. If he had the staff, he would have been $80 to $100. Oh yeah, this figure, this little smiling face right here, I love it. Mwah!
I'm ready with the grand prize.
No, that's number 2.
Oh, that's number 2.
This is number 2. It's my favorite vehicle in the Star Wars universe, and I'm really pissed off because in the picture when we bought it, it had this piece.
The cover.
The guy might actually buy it for us, because it is in the picture.
He better freaking buy it for us.
Wait. It is in the picture he sent us of the stuff, so he said he'll buy it for us if he can't find it in his storage locker, because he actually had all his stuff in storage. We met him at a storage locker we buy lockers from. It was pretty funny. I was like, if we waited a few months, we could have got it for cheaper, probably.
Here.
But every other piece is in there. Every sticker is on there. What's up, Rican B? And
this comes off.
He even has the hidden floor panel that they hit on the Death Star.
Here. I don't know if you guys
can
look,
see. The floor panel comes out.
There's the floor panel. It goes right in there.
All the stickers are there. This is like about $85 to $120, just depending on the day and the market.
It's got the little chessboard thing.
I am pumped about this, though. I don't think we're going to sell this piece. And if we do, it's going to be after I enjoy it for a while. And then my number 1 figure, guys, that I have been looking for at not an insane price for years. For years.
It's going to need a little bit of work.
And then I found out recently that they sell on eBay for pretty cheap.
You didn't do the...
No, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did that. Boba Fett, guys. Boba Fett. And he still has his rocket.
He's really awesome.
And if you guys know, I got the tattoo. Oh, this one I'm keeping. Definitely. 100% keeping, guys. I've been looking for this figure. Are you well enough to do Belmore? Not at all, man. Not at all. The Fett Man is my favorite action figure. My favorite character in any genre of anything. Ever. Ever. And I'm going to buy him in the box one day when I have, like, the money saved up. Because he is pretty expensive in the box. I remember I went to an auction at Phil Weiss Auction House. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar, because I know some of you guys do live in New York. But, I bid on him $400, and he went for like $1,500. It was like a joke, my $400 bid. Hold on. You need a big house. Oh yeah,
our apartment's gonna be pretty big.
We're moving into a new place, and it's gonna be big. Oh, Krillian, I'm not well enough right now to go to Belmore. I just actually got out of the doctor, and they're sending me to Sloan Kettering to try and figure out if I have cancer or not. Phil Weiss does online. And he does toys, he does baseball cards and stuff like that. Without getting into it, but look into cannabis. Yeah. you want the truth, I actually, since this started, my friend Trevor has been helping me with that. Because I had no idea where to get it.
And the CBD oil.
Yeah, and
amazing.
And CBD oil. Believe it or not, Wayne, my actual primary care told me, he's like, I can't write you a prescription because it's really hard in New York. He said, but if you can get somebody to, you know, get it for you, to try it, because it really helps, especially because I was having trouble sleeping, and so I did it for that. But I'm going to take questions for a few more minutes with you guys if you want to ask a few questions, and let me know what your favorite stuff was. You know what it is? In New York, it's really hard to get a card. My dad's eligible. Can you put that back? My dad's eligible because he was a cancer survivor.
Wait, put this back where? Oh, you had him up there.
Yeah. But like, it's really hard for like a primary care to do it and stuff like that. But so he told me though, he's like, if you can try and do it, like get some to sleep for helping you sleep and stuff, because I was having such trouble sleeping. So I gave it a shot and it worked for me. So I like it. And I take the CBD oil too. Yoda's my favorite too, guys. I mean, not my. He's my second favorite. And I love he's my favorite in this collection though because he's worth the most money.
What else?
Boop, boop, boop. And remember, all this stuff will be on eBay eventually, or most of it. Oh, if you go back and watch the video later, because it's gonna be on YouTube later.
Yeah.
What do you call it? You'll be able to see the entire collection. We went through the whole thing.
A handful.
Look, there's a lot. Look at this. We have Darth Vader, everyone. You're the happiest I've seen you in a while. Yeah, because you don't know, I love Star Wars. Star Wars helped me out in life, like I was always a little bit of a depressed kid and stuff. And Star Wars was one of my releases. Baseball and Star Wars. Why is Boba so popular?
Because he's amazing.
I honestly don't know, because he doesn't really say anything on the screen. I guess that's part of the lore. You know when it happened for me? Like, I always loved Boba Fett, and then when I hit, like, 6th grade, one of my teachers was like, oh, I see you like Boba Fett, because I had, like, a Boba Fett binder. It's like, I see you like Boba Fett, and he handed me a Boba Fett book called I think it was Hard Merchandise, or one of those. I don't remember which one the first one was in the series. Krillian again! Yes. Ever find men's suits in the lockers? Yes, we do. Very, very, very often. The
last suit went to your dad.
The last suit was an Armani exchange suit that went to my dad. And I joked about him the whole time because he's a big Seinfeld fan. That's an Armani suit!
Krillin,
did I miss anything?
Awesome.
Krillin, thank you again, man. Another
That's so
one.
Cool.
Thank you again, brother. But next year, or even maybe later this year, Krillin, we are gonna go back to the flea market. We might try and do one flea market this year, like but right before November, like maybe the beginning of October. We're gonna try and do one, or maybe the end of September. I don't know if you follow us on Facebook. Oh, you do sell a lot of suits. Okay, if we find a lot, I'll let you know. But if you follow us on Facebook, it's facebook.com/gamerslockerslife. We like update if we're gonna go to the flea market. So what do you call it? That just means it means he donated. He helped out that channel. Thank you very much. I'm gonna put that towards lockers.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And guys, if you want to know what I do with any of the money we make on YouTube, I put it right towards lockers to make the channel better.
It literally goes into a separate, like, place that we use only for lockers.
Because we make a few bucks off of the ad revenue, and we put it right into lockers. Every single... Like, there was the one locker, we bought. It ended up being really good. But I said in the beginning of the video, I bought 20 suits today in Glen Oaks. I used to hit estate sales, I don't. But there was one locker in a while back, and I said in the beginning of the video, the only reason I bought this locker is to make a video, and we used the money from the YouTube to buy the locker. It was cheap. It was like 20-30 bucks. But we just invest everything right back into the channel, because I just love buying lockers. I'm addicted to it. The most suits we ever found was in actually the most expensive locker. Like, not the most expensive, the The one we made the most money on, the $20,000 locker. The guy had like probably 1,000 suits.
Oh my god.
I wish I would have known you then, because I would have sold them all to you for like 25 cents a piece.
Aww.
It's okay if you skip the commercial. It is what it is. I mean, it helps out if you don't.
That's really awesome. Thank you.
I watch my own videos, and I have YouTube Red, so that helps. That helps my channel too. Estate sales. Well, my old boss used to buy people's estates after they died, so that I'm kind of like numb to that. But I try to avoid them as much as possible. Found out 11's Armani suits. Unfortunately, I found them once. Oh, that's fucking terrible.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, though.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's that's terrible.
That sucks.
That really is terrible.
I wouldn't want.
I couldn't sell them, to be honest. I don't think because that's tough. Because like, there was one locker we bought, this old lady's locker that died.
Oh, old lady.
And
She reminded me so much of my dad.
we actually reached out. We actually reached out to the family and said, "Hey, do you want to go through your?" Because they said they called the family and they said they didn't want to deal with it. And so I said, "Okay." So I actually called them and said, "Hey, do you want to go through your mother's stuff, or is there anything special?" And like, they were like, "Nah, just throw it all out." I was like, "Wow." I was like, "That's fucked up." But yeah, no, there's always tragic cases though. But like I said, I tried to reach out to that family. That was when we first started out. They were like, just throw everything out. I ended up donating a lot of the stuff.
She used to live in the old age home where Michelle worked.
Yeah, she worked in a place one of my friends worked at. I mean, she lived in an old age home that one of my friends worked at.
You know if they're people...
No, usually I don't, because we buy a lot of lockers in Brooklyn, so probably it's people broke, or because we buy sneaker room. One reason I like buying sneaker rooms is because there's usually not a tragedy to it. Most sneaker rooms are owned by drug dealers, and I'm not saying that as like a social or racist thing. We literally find drug scales in 95% of the lockers we buy.
Actually facts.
Like, I stopped putting it, I think 1 or 2 videos it shows the scales, but I just stopped putting it in the videos because I don't like promoting that stuff, but I literally almost every single locker we find a scale, baggies, and what do you call it? Like jars and stuff that they mix it in. They either sell coke, crack, heroin, whatever it is. Well, I actually talked to one of the guys. I ended up chatting with him, and he said a lot of drug dealers put their stuff in storage in case they get arrested, and they try and keep paying it from jail. And a lot of times it ends up they stay in there too long and they stop being able to make the payments. Because I think it was the janitor. I can't remember what facility it was, but like I said, we bought a sneaker room on a whim the first time we ever bought one, and it worked out so well for us that we started doing it all the time.
Ironically, at North Babylon.
In North Babylon, the place that fucking screwed us today. But that's when I noticed, like, we find all these beautiful sneakers, barely worn condition, and then we find a scale, baggies, and then stuff with residue, like white residue on it. And then we find, his jail records and stuff. So we end up giving the jail records back. Oh, we found money. We found money before. I was a drug dealer, and we always left things in other people's names because the cops. Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
That is exactly it.
That is 100% it. Trust me, I know. One of the people we actually found. We did a search on the internet because this was when what are their names? The storage facility that used to be online and now it's in person. Storage Post.
Extra Space.
Extra Space Storage used to give you the name of the person that was renting the room. So we would look up the people's names just to see where they lived or whatever. And what do you call it?
Oh, and the baby daddies too.
No, but we found her name And with her name, she was in a relationship with this guy. So we looked up his name because there was men's sneakers in the room, and he was being charged with murder in the 1st degree. So I actually like didn't win the room just in case, because I didn't want him coming to look for us somehow. Not gonna lie about that one. When I found out that, I was like, I don't want this room anymore. The moment you buy the cleanest looking Yo, mysterious. Every time I buy a mystery room, that happens.
It hurts, and it's usually me who picks it, too.
She usually picks it, but I actually picked that one because I thought one of those suitcases or briefcases was a safe. I was really hoping it was a safe because I wanted to put it on the Reddit, what's inside this thing. Because that's actually how we got our start. Like, with being able to get more than, like, 5 views per video.
Reddit.
Is we put it on Reddit, what's inside this thing. And, like, we got, like, 2,000 views right away. And it was, like, we're like, awesome. And people actually liked it. Some people didn't like it, but most people liked it. But, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. So, any last questions, let me know now. I am going to be live streaming more because I really enjoy this. You guys like storage detectives.
People think you look like Ronnie Hart. That's like the 4th time.
Who the hell's Ronnie Hart? Let me look this up quick. No, I don't go to Philly.
Ronnie Hart.
Ronnie Hart. Who's Ronnie Hart? This guy?
I don't know.
Who's Ronnie Hart? What's he from?
On YouTube, Hart's Picker Channel.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't know who that is.
I don't really think. Oh no, that guy. Oh, yeah. I can see it.
With the vest. The vest.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
The WWE guy.
That's
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart and Owen Hart and. But I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start doing this.
Just do like
a few times a week. I'm gonna start, or once a week, twice a week. Mostly I'm gonna do what I find in the lockers live and stuff like that. I don't like wrestling, but I did find a wrestling ring once. An entire full-size wrestling ring. It was great.
Alright.
But guys, I have to go. I'm sitting in this chair way too long. My hip is killing me. You ever go to House of Glory? No.
I actually have been to House of Glory.
I don't even know what the hell that is, to be honest with you. What is it?
It's a independent wrestling.
Oh, okay. Actually, I was at House of Glory once. I know what you're talking about now. My grandfather brought me when I was young. Grandpa Lance brought me when I was young.
Over by Knickerbocker.
Yeah, it was in Ridgewood. It's been so long that I remember we got the guys' autographs in a bar afterwards. We went to the bar that they went to.
Up.
But thank you guys for watching. I wish I could stay on longer, but I'm literally in so much pain right now. Sitting actually hurts worse than standing and walking around. So I will see you guys next time.